Hello, Internet, and welcome back to my playthrough of Axis Football 26 franchise mode with the Las Vegas Outlaws. Before we get into the next game, we did play our first game in the previous episode. Despite a rocky first half, we did end up beating the Los Angeles Tide. I think our next game is going to be against Oklahoma City Cyclones, I think is the name of the team. But before I get into that, I actually want to back out to the general settings, and I want to look at the settings for penalties, because I want to see if it's possible to tweak the frequency of defensive holding penalties, because we had like 5 of those or more in the previous match. So this does not look promising. I see a setting for general penalty frequency, but I don't really want to change that, because outside of the excessive defensive holding calls, I think the rest of the penalties were pretty reasonable. I mean, there were a few iffy calls where, it was like weird animations and stuff like that, but overall, I thought the frequency of penalties was good, so I don't think I need to change that. There are a bunch of toggles for individual penalties, and there is one for defensive pass, that's offensive, for defensive pass interference, but I do not see one for defensive holding. So there's offensive holding, offensive pass interference, face mask encroachment, false start, offsides, defensive pass interference, which is different from holding, kicking out of bounds, intentional groundings, and then restore default. So, I don't want to change the penalty frequency. I think that's good. So I guess we can't really do much about defensive holding other than maybe calling different plays. So we'll just have to roll with it. And one other thing that I want to mention real quick is that between recordings, I did also reduce the accelerated clock from 14 seconds to 12 seconds. I did this because I think that 12 seconds is going to be plenty of time, considering that the clock doesn't even start to go into accelerated mode until after the offense is already lined up at the line of scrimmage, right? It's not like it runs down the clock before you leave the play call screen the way that, EA's Madden and college football game do. So this is plenty of time. 12 seconds after you're lined up at the line of scrimmage is plenty of time to do audibles, hot routes, and put players in motion and stuff like that, especially considering that when the user does those things, the menus for those commands actually pause the play clock and the game clock. So you have all the time you want to make those sorts of adjustments, and you're not even bound by the accelerated clock. Now, one setting that I would like to see in all football games, in Axis football, in Madden, and college football, in all football games, would be an additional setting that slightly randomizes the time that is left over after the accelerated clock rolls down. So like if it were like 14 seconds, like plus or minus 3 seconds, I think that would be good, because that could be something that would simulate the, different amounts of time that it takes to huddle up and break the huddle, depending on like what the previous play was. And in fact, if it could even be based on the previous play, to some extent, that would also be cool. Like, for example, if you run 4 verts, right, and you throw it down the field and it's like an incomplete pass, and all the receivers have to run 40 yards back downfield to get to the huddle, like that should take more time than if you ran like a tush push, right? And everybody is within like 6 yards of the football when they all get back into the huddle. So that's a setting that I would like to see in football games. Axis, if any of your developers are watching this, there's an idea that I would like. Go ahead and add that to my wish list. I might at some point tweak game speed. Right now it feels a little slow and sluggish, but I don't really want to speed it up, because then that's just going to increase the number of plays in a game, and at 15-minute quarters, I don't want things dragging out any longer than they have to. We might also look at the time between plays setting when we try the coach mode or spectate mode, since this, I think, it governs like how long the camera kind of idles between the like teams between the end of one play and teams breaking the huddle for the next play. Something else that I did before I even started the first episode, but which I think neglected to talk about in the first episode, is that I did increase the injury frequency from its default value of 2 up to 3. And I did this because in years past, I've always felt like Axis Football has been a little bit stingy with injuries. It triggers a lot of minor injuries that will like take a player out for like a few plays, but in the years that I've been playing Axis football, I have rarely, if ever, seen like many long-term multi-week injuries. Like not to the extent that it like dramatically affects a team's season or anything like that. So I did increase the frequency of injuries in the hopes that we'll maybe get a few more major injuries over the course of the season, over the course of the franchise. I do wish, another wish list item, is I do wish that there were an additional setting in this game and in other football games as well to set injury severity, right, independent of injury frequency, so that, you could potentially have the injury frequency slider set, way up high, right, which would create a lot of minor injuries. But if the severity slider were set really low, like you just get a lot of like, maybe like things like leg cramps and stuff like that, where the player comes out for a few plays, and then goes back in, and then wouldn't or you could set, the frequency really low and the severity really high, in which case you would almost never get those minor injuries. And every time there is an injury, it would be something like a season-ending injury. I don't know why anyone would want to do that in their football video game, but like there should be a setting for it. Also, I would also like to see something along the lines of wear and tear from Madden and EA College Football implemented in like every football game. And in fact, I think every sports game should have a system analogous to the wear and tear system that is in EA College Football and Madden. And actually, it's not really fair of me to give EA credit for that one, because I don't think they invented that concept. I actually think that idea of nagging injuries carrying over from week to week without forcing the player to sit out is actually something that was in 2K basketball games, like for years before it was added into college football, EA College Football. I want to say it was the NBA 2K series, I think, had those going all the way back to like at least like 2018 or 2017 or something like that, maybe even earlier. So EA didn't invent it. It's not even a new thing, right? So, I don't want to make it sound like I'm giving EA credit for things they didn't do. They're just copying someone else's homework in that case. But I do think that that feature or something analogous to it should be standard in like every sports game. It's just a really good idea that works really well for sports games. I think that's it. I think now we can go into our franchise. And we have our next matchup against Oklahoma City. Looks like this will be an away game, but before we get into that, we do have two other things we want to handle. The first of which is we got a trade request after coming back from our previous matchup. So let's go ahead and take a look at who is offering us a trade and what they are offering. So we are getting a trade offer from the Kansas City Wranglers, I want to say is the name of the team. They want to send us a B-rated running back in exchange for a second-round draft pick. And that's going to be a big no. I mean, we'll go ahead and take a look at our depth chart real quick, but we've already got a B- running back who is 19 years old, right? So this guy is like probably a rookie. And I don't recognize this name. I don't think he was in the game in Axis Football 24. So I think this is a rookie. So we do not need a B-rated running back. And I definitely don't want to give up a second-round pick for it. So I am going to reject that offer. That is a hard pass. I don't even think I need to counter-offer. Maybe I should have just done a counter-offer just to see what the counter-offer screen looks like, but no. The other thing that I want to do before going into the actual game is I want to double-check our depth chart, because in the previous game, we had the issue where our kick and punt returners were like reset to the defaults of our starting running back, Robert Webb. And I don't want to do that. I've never been a big fan of putting like starting running backs or wide receivers in as kick and punt returners unless they're like truly elite. Because I think it makes them tired, and then they're not effective at any of the things that they do. So, I was hoping to have Bodie Milford in for both, but for whatever reason, the game won't let him be a punt returner. Like, he doesn't even show up in the list of players. So, We're going to leave it as Barrett Nash. We've specifically recruited him as a speedy receiver. So we'll go ahead and he's like the number 4 receiver or something like that. So we'll go ahead and leave him there. So everything looks good. So I think we are good to try playing the game. And since I played the full game, the full week 1 game, on the controller, on the sticks, this time I'm going to just play in coach mode. Take a look at our uniforms. And something that I wanted to talk about last time, but I didn't, is the way that this game kind of combines college and NFL teams. So, this Las Vegas Outlaws, I think, is an amalgamation of the Las Vegas Raiders and the UNLV Rebels. It's got the red and black color scheme that the UNLV was using for, many years. When Axis first came out, although their actual color scheme is red and gray, scarlet and gray. But for a while they were doing black highlights on their uniforms and on their logo, and that was when Axis came out. So they based it on that. But then the Outlaw logo and name seems inspired by the Raiders. Let's take a look at their uniforms. Oh, they got some Oregon Duck looking uniforms. So we'll go ahead and let them keep those. What kind of playbooks? And again, I can't even look at their playbooks. I did pick Spectate, right? I hope I picked Spectate. Let me go back. Not Spectate, Coach. Coach game. Edit uniform. Blah. Sorry. All right, so our matchups, we've got, looks like it doesn't show the overall ratings for the players, but they've got probably a slightly better quarterback, and the experts all think Oklahoma City is going to win. We are given a 42% chance of winning, but we're being projected by all the experts to lose by about 1 score. There's a 37-27, which is a 2 score, but all the rest of them look like they're within 1 score. So let's see if we can prove them wrong. Once again, let's check the game setup, make sure everything is correct. Does Philadelphia not have its own stadium? Denver, I thought they did. Maybe they don't. No, Pittsburgh does have its own stadium. Okay. But whatever. We'll keep it at Denver. That's fine. All right, clear weather, let's go.
Good evening, folks. I'm Andy McNamara, and welcome to another matchup in the Axis Football League. Our game today features 2 evenly matched teams. Any small mistake could be the difference in the final score. Well, let's get started with some action down on the field here in Week 2. Here comes the kicking team. The kick is off. He'll return the kick up near the 30.
Not great kick coverage. Not terribly happy with that. All right, what do we got here? They're coming out in a 3-receiver set. Let's go ahead and run our 2-4. And this time, I think I'm going to be a little bit more man-heavy, and we'll see if that works better.
Down. Player in motion to the right.
Boy, they sure are taking a long time to snap the ball. A heck of a lot longer than when I was on the sticks.
Blake with the tackle. Gain of 8 on the play. Oklahoma City getting set for 2nd down. Hansen hands it off. Wrestled to the ground. Rhodes got him. They'll lose a couple yards there. Third play of the drive. Hansen tosses it up, and it's knocked away from the receiver. Incomplete.
All right, looks like we got ourselves a 3 and out to start the game.
The punt team
Not
lines up to
bad.
kick this one away. McCormick kicks it away. Ripped to the ground.
Okay, now we're on offense.
Let's
Let's
see what
start with a
Vegas
good
does to
counter
start this
run.
drive.
It's one of my favorite starters.
Foster hands it off.
And it's a good choice. Almost get a first
And
down.
Strong makes the tackle. That gets us to second down.
All right, I think now let's go with one of our play action.
The offense comes in on second down.
Oh, we can change the
2
camera
yards
view.
to
What are the
go.
different camera views? Oh, is it just 2?
Throws the ball. Picked off.
Oh,
That's the
come
end of that
on. Ugh. This is why I hate letting the CPU run my plays. Because, like, throw it to the guy in the flats, right? Like, that's what I would do. That's what I would want done. And I wish there were more ways to coach your players to do the things that you actually want them to do. You know, to give the ball to the right players, you know, to make the right reads.
And the tackle will be made by Coleman.
I mean, I guess I
That'll be
could have
good
gone
for
into
about
the
6.
practice strategy and adjusted that. I totally spaced doing that. I'm not going to exit out of the game and go back and do that after this point. But
13 yards to go.
next week, I will have to definitely try to remember to
Hansen hands it off. The defender can't bring him down.
update my
He
practice
will be
strategy.
taken
Maybe
down.
put some more
Tackle
points
made
into
by
passing
Elliott. Gain
since
of
I do
6 on
have
the
that
play.
rookie quarterback.
Oklahoma City sets up on first down. Hansen will hand this one off. He will be taken down. Tackle made by Elliott. Gain of 8 on the play. Second down and short. He makes the toss. And he will be taken down. Tackle made by Clark. That'll go for 9 yards. First and goal. Hansen's back to pass. He makes the throw. The pass is intercepted.
All right.
That's the end of that play.
The crowd doesn't like it, but I will take it. And, oh, man, they're giving me the ball at the 1 yard line instead of the touchback. Ugh, buddy, you couldn't have fallen backwards. Okay,
Let's see what the offense
let's just
has
go with the
dialed
fullback
up for
dive
the
just to
first
try to
play
give
of
us
this
some
drive.
room.
Motion for the offense. Foster hands it off.
Oh,
Vegas
damn it.
strikes first today with that score.
Well, this is not a great start.
Lining up for the
Interception
kickoff.
and a safety.
He sends it off. And he's tackled here. Let's see what Oklahoma City does to start this drive. He drops back. Hansen tosses it up. The pass is knocked down. Incomplete. The offense comes in with 4 receivers.
Let's try a nice little blitz. See if we can put some pressure on the quarterback on second and long.
Hansen hands it off. Tackle
Or
by Rhodes.
make a tackle for loss. That works
That'll bring
too.
up third down. One
One wide receiver, huh? Interesting.
The defense sets up in a nickel set. QB with the play fake. Deflected by the defender and incomplete.
Okay, well, we gave up the 2 points on the safety, but it certainly could have been a lot worse.
He makes the punt. He's tackled.
Yeah, let's try one of our custom plays. Let's try our tight end crack toss. That worked pretty well in the last game.
Toss to the left side.
Well, not so well this time.
It's a tackle for Fuller.
Wow, we just cannot run the ball, can we?
Second and long for the offense. Foster back to pass. He's got single coverage deep, looking to make.
Oh, way to not help your quarterback. That was 6 points, and he just blew it.
The defense.
All right, I'm just going to stick with the draw.
With 5 defensive backs. Foster hands it off, and he's brought down by
Wow, this
Fuller.
defense is
Loss
just
of 4.
all up in our faces every time we try to run the ball.
The punt team takes the field. Vaughn will boot it away here. He's put to the turf. First and 10 for the offense.
There's not a cover 3 hard flat in that formation. I might have to go
dropping back.
Fix that in the
Makes
play
the throw
editor.
at the sideline.
And yeah, once again, like
That
those.
will bring up second down.
Is this? Are they playing match coverage? Like, what is this
Oklahoma City gets
coverage
set on
where my
second down.
cornerbacks playing the outside thirds are running with inside breaking
Back to
receivers?
pass. Fakes the handoff and looks to pass. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. A pistol set for the offense. They'll send a player in motion. Go. Hansen will hand this one off. And he'll be brought down by the defense. Tackle made by Hall. That will be good for about 1. The punt team lines up to kick this one away. McCormick kicks it away. He'll return the kick up near the 30. Let's see what Vegas does to start this drive.
Now, I would be looking for that drag route if I were the one throwing it. We'll see what the...
He tosses it
Okay,
off
good.
to the left
Good
side
boy.
of the field.
Get a nice, easy
And
completion.
he's
That's the
stopped
point.
around the
Try to get in
40-yard
rhythm.
line. Gain of 9 on the play.
All right. Second and 1. Let's see if we can find a nice play-action pass.
Vegas gets set on second down. Play action fake.
Hit the flat. Oh,
He
for Pete's
pulled
sake.
it in.
Jesus Christ, these
They'll
players
lose
and their
8 on
friggin'
the play.
animations. Third and 9. 8-yard loss. Oh, my God. I don't know how you win in this friggin' game. Like, if that's
Third down.
the way that they friggin' play.
Foster back to pass.
All right, just run.
Tosses one
Just don't.
short. Wrapped up. Tackle by Lane. Loss of 4.
Wow. This is looking like this might be
lines up
like the Justin Fields game where he threw for like negative 10 yards passing.
Vaughn kicks takes it away. And he is tackled. Let's see what Oklahoma City does to start this drive. Hansen hands it off. And he will be taken down. Tackle made by Clark. Short gain of 2. Oklahoma City getting set for second down. Hansen lets it go. Breaking away from the defender. They break the plane. Count it. Touchdown, Oklahoma City. The offense sets up for the point after. Sanchez kicks it away. And the kick will fall short.
We got a double
Oklahoma
doink.
City adds to their lead with that score.
Double doink. Let's see that again. Oh, the replay doesn't have the doink sound effects. Where'd the football go? There it is. Doink. Is it inside the
Here comes the kicking team. Sanchez kicks it away. Tackled after returning it up near the 25-yard line. First and 10 for the offense.
See if we can get an outside run going. Inside running hasn't been working for us, but we did do that counter earlier that gave us pretty good yards. Well, at least it was a positive play.
They'll pick up a couple yards there. Second play of the drive. QB with the play fake. Tosses it over to the sideline. That'll cost them a couple yards.
You can't see my face, but I'm basically like Picard face palming every time my quarterback makes a stupid-ass decision like that.
He drops back, finds a target. It will be caught by Jenkins. And Strong makes the tackle. Gain of 14 on the play. First and 10. Foster hands it off. Lloyd with the tackle. Loss of 4. Second down and long. Foster back to pass. He throws one.
Ooh, that was tight.
Tackle by Lane. Gain of 7 on the play.
All right, third down. What do I got for third down?
Sixth play of the drive.
Let's see if we can get anything with this double crosser.
Foster back to pass. And it's deflected down. Incomplete. The punt team makes its way up the line. The punt's away.
That accelerated clock really needs to start.
And the punt goes into
running sooner. Like, this is just the fact that it doesn't start like until the teams are already ready to snap the ball.
Let's
just
see what Oklahoma City does
drags out the pace of the game.
Hansen will hand this one off. He will be taken down. Tackle made by Elliott. They'll pick up a couple yards there. Second down. That will wrap things up for the first quarter. Oklahoma City currently in front in a tight race. The offense comes in on second down. 2 yards to go. Hansen will hand this one off. And he won't make it very far before being dragged down. Gain of 1 on the play. Three receivers for the offense. He'll hand it off to Martinez. A flag on the play. Brought down up near the line of scrimmage. We'll see if that holds up after the penalty. They're going to get the offense for holding on that play. It looks like they'll decline the penalty. That will be good for about 1. The punt team makes its way up the line. Hike. Corbett boots it. And he's brought down after taking the kick up near the 40-yard line. Let's see what the offense has dialed up for the first play of this drive. Go! Foster hands it off. And he's brought down by Pearson. That will be good.
Looks like those counters to the left are working pretty well.
Vegas breaks the huddle and comes up to the line.
I probably should have flipped this play.
Foster back to pass. Play action pass. And the defense brings him down. That brings up third down. Third down coming up for Las Vegas. Foster back to pass.
Ooh. Oh,
he makes the throw up near the 45.
Oh, God, that slot receiver was so open.
The offense sets up to punt one away. Go! He makes the punt. The punt will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Oklahoma City sets up on first down. Hansen lets it go. Snagged out of the air. Wrapped up and brought down. Haynes with the tackle. That will be good for about 6. Second down. 13 yards to go. Hansen will hand this one off. And he will be taken down. Tackle made by Clark. That's good for about 7 yards. First down and 10 to go. He steps back to pass. He's looking for a receiver deep down the sideline. The pass is incomplete. Operating out of the pistol. Hansen hands it off. Wrestled to the ground. Rhodes got him. They'll lose a couple yards there.
All right, this might be a good opportunity to try one of our custom plays. Let's see
The
the
offense
speed trap.
lines up
Let's see
on
if this
third and
works.
long.
And we're going to play defend pass. Well, actually, is there a pass rush? There is not. Defend pass. We will defend the pass.
Hansen's back to pass. And Warren pulls it in.
And it did not
Tackle
work.
by Haynes. Gain of 14 on the play. A pistol set for the offense. He drops back into the pocket. He makes the deep throw. Single coverage downfield. There's a flag on the play.
I don't know about that being single coverage.
We'll see if that
Offensive pass interference, huh?
I think this one is going to go against the offense for pass interference.
Yeah, sure, we'll back him up.
They'll accept the penalty. First down.
We'll try another one of our custom blitzes. This one will have some more people in coverage, though.
He drops back. Hansen lets it go. He can't bring it in. That'll be incomplete.
Nobody covering the back out of the flats. Okay.
Second down for the offense.
Yeah, let's go with the simple quarters, I guess.
He'll hand it off to Martinez. And he'll
Defensive
be
line
near the
shifts
line.
are weird
That
and
gets
don't
us
seem to
third
work very well.
down.
I don't know, maybe because I'm in the 2-3, the ends are technically outside linebackers. That could be one of the reasons why he doesn't seem to work, but
The offense has not
I
had
think
much
it
luck
should still at
converting
least
on
shift
third
the
downs today.
tackles. I don't know why it doesn't.
Hansen's back to pass. Austin makes the catch. Blake with the tackle. That will be good for about 6. The punt team takes the field. McCormick kicks it away. The punt sails into the end zone and will be brought out to the 20.
So, something that I would like to see from football games, it can be Axis, it can be Madden, it can be whatever, don't care, is
They'll start
a
things
special
off from the
teams
20.
punt return control where you can press a button to make the punt returner not
hands it
catch
off.
the ball and
Rogers
signal for
brings
the
it
rest of the
down.
team to
Small
like
gain
get
on the
away.
play.
Right? So for situations like that where you want to let it bounce into the end zone, like you see this all the time in real football, right? Where the punt returner, like, you know, waves his arms
Vegas
back and
gets
forth,
set
like,
on
get away, get
second
away,
down.
get away. And, you know, so no one accidentally touches
Hand
the
off
ball
to
and
Webb.
fumbles it.
Tackle
I would like
made
to
by
see a
Rogers.
control for
Gain of
that
7 on the play.
in games. You know, as well as some, you know, kick and punt return logic where the kick or punt returner can actually, like, you know, fumble the ball,
The defense
can
lines
muff
up for
the punt,
another third down.
return or the
They've
kick return.
executed well so far here today.
Right, so there actually is a risk,
Foster lets it go.
right, where you wouldn't want to return it under certain
And he
circumstances,
steps out of bounds.
right, and you would want
That
to
will give
to
Vegas
press the
a
button to make him
first
run
down.
away from it. And I think that's an excellent avenue for a game like Axis to approach for their special teams, right, because it's something that other games aren't doing.
The
You know,
offense
it
will
would be
operate from
unique,
the
a
pistol
little
set.
distinctive. In general, this
Hand
game
off to
needs
Webb.
a complete
Wrapped him up.
special
It's a
teams
tackle for
overhaul.
Fuller. That will be a loss of
Special
2.
teams in this game is one of its weakest aspects by far. So yeah, I don't know. It looks like we are just having a lot of trouble
Vegas gets
running
set on
anywhere
second down.
except outside and to the left. So I don't know if that's a case of
Foster hands it
their,
off.
you know,
Rogers brings
like
him
the
down.
their
That
left
will
side
bring
of the
up third
defensive
down.
line being really good, or you know, maybe mine's not so good, but like it seems like we really have to focus more on running to the left.
A shotgun set for the offense. Foster back to pass. He tosses one. Breaks away from the first defender. That's the end of that play.
Throw was
Gain of
late.
5 on the play.
4th and 2 on my side of the field. I think it might be time to go for it. Let's try it out. We'll try this tight end crack toss again. It didn't work well for us the first time, but let's see
They'll send a player
if
in
it works this time.
He makes the toss off to the left
We got
side.
it. And more. Good job.
Strong wrestles him to the ground. Gain of 12 on the play. First and 10 for the offense.
It says inside zone, but it looks like it's going off tackle.
Foster hands it off. And he'll be brought down by the defense. Tackle made by Lane. That will go for about 8 yards.
Okay, let's try
Vegas breaks the huddle and comes up to
a
the
nice
line.
play action. See if we can
Foster
get that
back to
tight
pass.
end
QB
underneath.
with the play fake.
Nope.
Incomplete pass.
Looking for another RPO. There we go. Let's
Third
try
down.
this.
Webb takes a handoff. Stop
Ooh,
before
did he
can
get
break
it?
free. Small gain on the play.
He did. Very nice.
First and 10.
I think we got a little bit of momentum. Let's go ahead and take an end zone shot.
He drops back into the pocket. He sends this one off to the left
Oh,
side
I think
of
we
the
got
end
it.
zone. And the receiver just
Oh,
can't find the
come
handle.
on! Oh, that's the second big drop of the game. I don't remember if he had the first one, but
Operating from under center.
not helping your quarterback, man. 37 yards.
Foster hands it off. And he's tackled. That's good for about 7 yards.
All right, 3rd down and 3. I don't know, should I go with another RPO? They've been working pretty well so far.
3rd down for the offense. 3 yards to go.
A little RPO bubble with an off tackle to the left as the run.
Hand off to Webb.
Oh,
And Strong makes the tackle.
Sucks.
They'll lose 1 on the play.
all right, well,
The
take the
offense
points,
lines
get
up
on
to
the
kick
board.
field goal. The offense is going to try for 3 here. The kick is up. And it's good. That will pull Vegas a bit closer. And onto the field comes the kicking team. He sends it off.
And let's see if the CPU goes into 2-minute drill turbo mode the way I expect it would in Madden.
That's the end of that play.
Well, really nice kick return.
First and 10.
All right, and we are still defending the pass.
Hansen drops back. Floats one.
Oh, this should be
Batted
picked.
down and
Oh,
incomplete. Oklahoma City breaks
Switch
the
to man
huddle and
coverage.
comes up to the line. He drops back to pass. Hansen lets it go. Breaks free from the first tackle, and he's tackled right away. They covered a lot of ground on that play. First and 10 for the offense. Hansen's back to pass.
damn.
He pulls it in.
What the hell?
He steps out of bounds. A nice pickup there by the offense. It looks like there was an injury on that
Oh,
last play.
there's an injury.
We'll have
Not
to see if
expected
he
to
returns.
return. So as I was talking about before I started the match, we actually got ourselves
Oklahoma City sets
what
up on
looks like it'll be our
down.
first multi-week injury.
QB back to pass. Hansen lets it go. And it's knocked away by the defense.
Gotta intercept that, man.
The offense coming in for a 2-receiver set. Go! Hansen lets it go. And it's knocked away by the defense.
Another interception for a pick.
Let's see if the offense changes up their plan here on 3rd down. So far today, they haven't had much success on 3rd down conversions. And he'll be forced out of bounds. That'll go for about 3 yards.
All right, and
The offense lines
they're
up to
lining
kick
up
the
for field goal, so I know they're definitely not going to fake it.
Sanchez kicks it away. And it barely squeezes in there. Oklahoma City adds to their lead with that score. The offense lines up to kick it off. Sanchez kicks it away. And the tackle is made. Vegas
And
sets
in
up
lieu of
on
any
first
running back
down.
screens, I'll start this possession with a draw to see if I gain any yards.
Foster hands it off.
Oh, very nice.
Wrapped up. Tackle by Lane. Gain of 17. Timeout Vegas. That will be their first of the half.
That was way better than I thought it would be.
1st and 10 for the
Let's
offense.
see if we can get the running back out on the edge on a wheel.
Foster back to pass. He's got a receiver near the 30. It will be caught by Jenkins. And he's tackled here. Gain of 14
And this game
on the
also
play.
does not have any kind of
1st and 10.
hurry-up offense. But
Foster
what they
back to
do
pass.
to make up for that is that the accelerated
can't
clock
pull
just
it
does
in.
not
Drop
activate
pass.
at all inside of 2 minutes. So
Vegas gets set on 2nd
I
down.
don't know if a draw from this tight formation is going to work very well. I feel like the formation is going to be too compact.
Foster
But
hands
we'll
it
see.
off. And the tackle
Yeah,
will be
no
made
good.
by Davidson. That will be a loss of 2.
All right, I don't know if I even want to call my timeout because that's just going to give the other team more time.
A dime set for the defense. He drops back. He makes the throw down near the 15. Tackle made by Pearson. That will give
Now
Vegas
is
a
timeout
first
time.
down. Timeout Vegas. That will be their 2nd of the half. First and 10.
I don't know how effective a play action is going to be.
Foster
With
back
only
to
19
pass.
seconds on the
Tosses
game
ball.
clock.
Deflected by the defender and incomplete.
Let's see. Do any of these plays look like they might work? Let's give this read screen
2nd and 10.
a shot. So this is another custom screen pass that I designed where it's out of an RPO look.
Foster lets it go. The pass is incomplete.
That was backwards pass. That should have been a fumble. So that is incorrect implementation of football rules. But okay.
3rd and 10 for the offense.
Can I flip the play? No. Dang it. I want them to be on the field
He drops
side.
back. Foster lets it rip. And the pass is incomplete. The offense is going to try
Gotta
for
take
3
the
here.
points.
The kick is up. And the kick is good. That will pull Vegas a bit closer. And onto the field comes the kicking team.
And it doesn't look like I have any options for things like squib kicks or anything like that.
Off. And the tackle is made.
And it looks like there is also not a dedicated prevent formation. So I will just do
Let's see
quarters.
What Oklahoma City does to start this drive.
Back my guys off as much as I can.
Hanson drops back. And Warren pulls it in. And the tackle will be made by Coleman. The second quarter
All right,
comes
well,
to a close. Oklahoma City currently in front in a
not
tight race.
a great first half. Actually pretty abysmal. Poor rookie quarterback, 72 total yards and 1 interception. Only 46 yards running from my lead back. Not great. Offense just can't get anything going. Making a lot of really bad decisions. Okay, well, not a very good
And
first
onto the
half.
field comes the kicking team.
I think I'm going to have to focus a lot more on trying to run off outside to the left, since that seemed to be the only thing that we really had any kind of consistent success with. That probably should have been a safety, because it looked like he touched the pass. Let's see if we can see what happens. So here's another area for potential special teams improvement, is actually modeling muffed. No, okay, well, I mean, it's a kickoff, so it should still be a live ball until somebody downs it, but it was just a clean miss. I wonder what is this? I wonder if this is a ratings thing. Like, is this his catching rating that causes this? Like, do I actually have to put someone back there that has a better catch rating?
Let's see what Vegas does
Let's try
to
a
start
QB
this
run.
drive.
Oh, I should have run to the other side. Shit, this one's running to the right.
He'll fake it to the back. And
Oh, we got
keep
some
it on
room.
the designed run. And he'll be brought
Just
down
a
by
few
the
yards.
defense. Tackle made by Woods. Short gain of 2. Vegas gets set on second down. Foster hands it off. The tackle is made. That gets us a third down.
All right, third down.
A Vegas third down coming up here. Foster back to pass. It's pulled in by Allen, and he's brought down by Pearson. That will go for about 8 yards. First and 10 for the offense. Go! Foster hands it off. Wrapped up and brought down. Haynes with the tackle. That will go for about 5 yards. Vegas gets set on second down.
Let's see if he actually passes to the
Foster
tight
back
end
to
in the
pass.
flats this time.
He tosses one up near the 50.
Ooh, he does. He's
He'll
almost
be
picked.
brought down up near the 50.
That
will
was
go for
complete.
about 5 yards.
And they
It
gave me the
looks
first
like
down,
we've got
too.
a player being helped off the field.
Lost a tight end.
Sixth play of the drive.
All right, let's take a shot downfield.
Foster back to pass. Throws a pass. Batted down and incomplete.
Wow. Just wow. Okay, well, let's maybe not do that again.
2nd and 10 for the offense. Webb takes a handoff. Shakes off the first tackle. Wrapped him up.
That was wrong. It was supposed to go the other way.
Davidson on the tackle. Short gain of 2.
Third and 8.
Vegas breaks the huddle and
Try a
comes
good
up
little
to the
shallow
line.
cross. See if we can get it to the tight end on the drag with some room to run. Did the
And it's picked up
tight
by
end
the
even run a
defense.
route?
He's put to the turf.
Do we have to bench our quarterback already? 2 games into the season?
Inside run. And
He's
he'll
just
be brought
awful.
down by the defense. Tackle made by Hall. They'll lose 1 on the play. 2nd down. 11 yards to go. Hansen will hand this one off. And he will be taken down. Tackle made by Clark. That will be good for about 1.
I don't know if I trust a corner
3rd
blitz.
down coming up for Oklahoma City. Go! Hansen tosses it up. It's complete to Chambers. That's the end of that play. They covered a lot of ground on that play. First down and 10 to go. Hansen's back to pass. He sees a target over the middle. Daniels with the reception. And the tackle is made. Gain of 11. Oklahoma City sets up on first down. Hansen hands it off.
I didn't mean to
And the
back
tackle
off my
will be
safeties. I
made
was
by
trying to
Coleman. That will
shift
give
them to the
Oklahoma
left.
City a first down. Oklahoma City sets up on first down. Hansen hands it off. Wrestled to the ground. Rhodes got him. That will bring up second down. Oklahoma City gets set on second down. Go. Hansen lets it go.
So close.
He eludes the first defender, and he's brought to the turf. A nice pickup there by the offense.
That should have been a sack.
Oklahoma City breaks the huddle and comes up to the line. Hike. Hansen hands it off. And he is brought down by Bishop. Small gain on the play. Second and goal. Hansen drops back. There's a flag on the play. Touchdown, Oklahoma City.
That better be
We'll
holding.
see if the penalty affects the outcome. This is going to
Okay,
be
well.
defensive holding. It looks like there
On the
was
wrong
an
team.
injury on that last play. We'll have to see if
Okay,
they return.
well.
And they'll keep the play instead of taking the penalty. The kicking team lines up for the PAT. Sanchez kicks it away. And it's good. Oklahoma
There's been a
City
few
adds to their
injuries.
lead with that
There isn't
score.
a list of injuries, but let's see if we can go through the depth chart and see if we can see where those injuries are. So I know our tight end got hurt. Why is a wide receiver playing tight end 3 instead of an actual tight end? He's not hurt. It's weird. Okay, so there's one of them. One of our defensive tackles and our free safety are the players who are hurt. Wow, these players are almost identical. Let's swap them out.
Here comes the kicking team. Sanchez kicks it away.
Come on.
Ripped to the ground.
God, we can't even get decent punt returns. Okay,
The offense looks to get things going here on first down.
let's go back to one of the only plays we've had success with.
Foster hands it off. And he's
No success
wrestled
that
to the
time.
ground. Tackle made by Woods. That gets us to second down. Second down for the offense. 3 yards to go. Foster back to pass. Sets his feet and throws. It will be caught by Jenkins. And Strong makes the tackle. That will give Vegas a first down. First and 10.
Maybe those sorts of bunch looks might be the secret sauce to this pass offense. Ooh. Oh my God, you got guys wide open.
Jones makes the catch, and he's immediately brought down. A huge gain by the offense.
Do I have... Oh, I don't have any bunch. I might have to go into my playbook editor and add some bunch plays from my
First down and 10 to go.
single back sets.
Foster back to pass. He makes
Got
the
guys in the
throw
end
down
zone.
near the 15, and it's deflected
Two guys
down.
look wide open in the
Incomplete.
end zone. I don't know what the hell he thought he saw.
Two backs for the offense. Hand off to Webb. And he's
Shit.
stopped up around the 20. They'll lose one on the play. Third down. 11 yards to
Let's
go.
try another play from a bunch look.
He drops back. Throws a fastball. Interception. And he is down.
All right, well, I don't know. I don't know what more I can do. Might have to go into free agency and find a new quarterback because this is just awful. awful play.
Let's see what Oklahoma
Like, that should have been
City does
6.
to start
Like, the guy was
this
open.
drive.
It was just overthrown.
Hansen hands it off. And he'll be brought down up near the 5-yard line. Short gain of 2. Oklahoma City getting set for second down. Hansen hands it off. Stopped before he can break free. Small gain on the play. The offense will operate from under center. Steps into the pocket. QB shows run, but pulls it back
just
into
can't get
pass.
any
The
pressure.
pass is knocked down. Incomplete.
I feel like I should have had multiple sacks.
The offense sets
But I
up
just
to
can't
punt one away.
get to him.
McCormick kicks it away. The tackle is made. Let's see what the offense has dialed up for the first play of this drive. Run to the right side. And Strong makes the tackle. A flag on the play. We'll see if things still stand after
Yeah,
the
I need all the
penalty.
help I can
This one is
get.
going to go against the defense for a face mask. And they'll take the penalty. First and 10 for the offense.
I feel like I'm not having as much success off the left side as I was earlier.
Hand
I wonder
off
if
to
the
Webb.
CPU actually
And
realized
brings him down.
and is,
Gain
like,
of 1 on the play.
playing a little differently to make sure that I'm not as successful. Alright, let's try... No, let's see if I can find just a regular RPO.
Vegas gets set on second down. Hand off to Webb. Rogers brings him down.
Nope.
They'll lose 1 on the play. Third and 10 for the offense.
Maybe I got lucky on this wheel route.
Steps into the pocket.
Yep.
Tackle made by Pearson.
Did I get the first?
Gain of 10 on the play.
Yes, I did. Oops.
5th play of the drive. Penalty marker on the field. They're going to get the offense for a false start here.
Were we
They will
even
accept
lined
the
up
penalty.
yet? How do you get a false start before you're even lined up?
That signals the end of the third quarter. A flag on the play. They're going to get the offense for a false start here. They'll accept the penalty.
All right, well, if you're just going to keep false starting, then someone else can play.
First and long for the offense. He steps back to pass. Tosses it over to the sideline. The catch is made by Webb. He steps out of bounds. Gain of 11. The offense comes in on second down. 3 yards to go. He takes the ball. Brought down up near the line of scrimmage. Short gain of 2.
Back to third down.
The offense will operate from the gun. He steps back to pass. Deflected by the defender and incomplete.
I think at this point, field goals aren't helping much.
The offense comes in on 4th down. 7 yards to go. Steps into the pocket. He can't bring it in.
Oh, my
That'll
God.
be complete. And the 4th down conversion comes up short.
Why does my depth chart seem to keep, like, automatically rearranging itself?
First down and 10 to go. He'll hand it off to Martinez.
Ooh. Well, that
And he's
linebacker shift
after a great run. Gain
was
of
really
13.
bad in retrospect.
It looks like there was an injury on that last play. We'll have to see if he returns. Second play of the
I
drive.
need like a defensive score to keep in the game. Otherwise, I think I'm
Counter play to
done.
the outside. And he is tackled. That will be good for about 6.
Yeah, I think we pretty much need a... We're at the point where it's kind of defensive score or bust. So let's go with ball hawk. See if we can force... Oh, controller stopped reading. See if we can force a turnover.
Hanson's back to pass. There's a flag on the play. Tackle by Haynes.
That better be like a holding
We'll
or
see if
something.
the penalty affects the outcome.
Like,
Holding
no,
is
a
gonna
holding
be
on the
call.
offense.
referee
Come
caught him.
on.
They'll accept the penalty.
Friggin' defensive holding calls.
First and 10. Hanson drops back. A flag on the play. Makes the throw to the middle of the field. He's taken down near the 35-yard line. Let's see what the call is. This is going to be defensive
That's
holding.
like
It looks
3
like they'll
consecutive
decline
plays.
the penalty. A huge gain by the offense. 5th play of the drive. Motion left.
Well, this is definitely not Madden, because if this were Madden, I'd the game would be in rubber band mode, and I would be just running all over them by now. So, you know, credit to Axis Football for like actually letting these one-sided games happen instead of triggering a rubber band.
Hanson hands it off, and down he goes. That gets us to second down. Oklahoma City breaks the huddle and comes up to the line. Steele takes the handoff. And he's brought down by the defense. Tackle by Becker. That will be a loss of 2. Let's see if the offense changes up their plan here on third down. So far today, they haven't had much success on third down conversions. And it's an Oklahoma City.
Well, that one was successful.
They'll opt for the single point attempt here. Sanchez kicks it away. And the extra point is good. Oklahoma City adds to their lead with that score. And onto the field comes the kicking team.
I think that pretty much ices it. I really don't see myself scoring 3 scores in less than 10 minutes.
And he's brought to the turf. Vegas breaks the huddle and comes up to the line. Hand off to Richardson. And the defender got him down. Gain of 6 on the play.
So clearly for next week, I need to
breaks the huddle and comes up to
put
the
a lot
line.
more practice reps for passing and route running and catching.
Makes the throw near the 35-yard line. That'll be good for a couple yards. Third down. 2 yards to go.
Try this wheel route again. It's worked well in the past.
QB back to pass. Jones makes the catch.
Should have been running that all game.
Strong wrestles him to the ground. Gain of 14 on the play.
I wonder if that's just a cheese play. I mean, it might very well be because, we've seen the CPU be really successful at running those sorts of routes because of the way that those cornerbacks keep...
He makes the throw up near the 45. And the pass is incomplete.
Going with inside routes instead of playing their deep third responsibility the way they should.
2nd and 10 for the offense. He drops back to pass. Throws this one along the sideline.
Why did you wait like 40 seconds to throw that? Like that should have been out immediately. Like that was 3 receivers and 2 defenders. There should have been no delay at all.
3rd down. 3 yards to go. He drops back into the pocket. Batted down and incomplete.
Well, let's try this potential money play one more time.
For the offense. 3 yards to go. He tosses a floater. Tipped away
Nope.
and incomplete. And the 4th down conversion comes up short. Let's see what Oklahoma City does to start this drive. Hansen drops back. Finds a target short along the sideline. Incomplete pass.
Jeez, that was an ugly throw.
2nd and 10. Hansen drops back. Lobs one into the air. Batted down and incomplete. The defense lines up for another 3rd down. They've executed well so far here today. Receiver in motion. Hansen hands it off. Wrapped up and brought down. Haynes with the tackle. That brings up 4th down. The punt team makes its way up the line. McCormick boots it. The punt will sail into the end zone for a touchback. First down and 10 to go. Webb takes the handoff. Tackle made by Rogers. That will be a loss of 2.
Let's get some reps for our number 2 back, since I don't think we're coming back and winning this game anyway.
Vegas gets set on 2nd down. He makes the toss off to the right side. And the tackle will be made by Davidson. That will be good for about 6. Third down. He steps back to pass. Throws a pass. Deflected by the defender and incomplete.
Deflected, huh? To go or not to go? I mean, I'm still gotta play for the win, so I've got to go for it.
4th down for the offense. 15
Try
yards
this halfback wheel. See if we get some space. I mean, we had. Well, all right, got lucky, I guess.
Immediately. They'll pick up a chunk of yards on that play. Fifth play of the drive.
Would have rather have seen that go to the running back, who didn't have anyone within 10 yards of him, rather than into double coverage down the field. But
loss of 4.
Whatever, I guess we'll take the result. All right, well, that's not working. So let's go back to our main guy.
Second down for the offense. 8 yards to go. He drops back to pass. He tosses out a floater. The pass is knocked down. Incomplete. The offense sets up in shotgun.
I mean, maybe I should have been using this more earlier.
Dropping back. He makes the throw over to the right side of the field. Jones inhales that pass. And Strong makes the tackle. Gain of 18 on the play. 3 receivers for the offense. He drops back into the pocket. Makes the throw short to the sideline. And the pass misses the mark. Incomplete. Vegas gets set on second down. He drops back into the pocket. Play action fake. The pass is incomplete.
They're down again.
Third down coming up for Las Vegas. He drops back. Fakes the handoff and looks to pass. Jones makes the catch.
Are they giving him the catch?
Gain of 12 on the play.
Yes, they are.
1st and 10.
I don't know that I like both these receivers going to the same part of the field.
He makes the throw by the 20, and it's picked off by the defense. The tackle is made.
What's that, like 5 interceptions?
Let's see what Oklahoma City does to start this drive. Hansen will hand this. The ball is on the ground. The tackle is made.
Well, okay. Defense finally makes a play for us, but probably too little too late.
1st and 10. Go! Inside run. And he's brought to the turf. That will bring up second down. Second down for the offense. 15 yards to go.
Come on, snap. Nope.
Second down. 15 yards to go. Left side handoff. Tackle by Haynes. That's good for a gain of 4.
I want a toss. Give me a toss. There's a toss play. No,
The offense lines up on
shit, go the
3rd
other way.
and short.
Let's try
Changing the
something
play
else.
at the line. He makes the throw to the left. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown.
Do I need a 2-point conversion here? Let's see. 13. 13 puts me down 12. Or I can go down 14 and be down 11. Yeah, I don't think it matters.
The kicking team lines up for the PAT.
I don't have a chart for that the way actual NFL coaches or football coaches do.
That will pull Vegas a bit closer.
Okay, well, let's try this out, I guess. Try out this 4th down conversion. See how this works. It's 4th and 12, not a 4th and 15.
The offense elects to retain possession here. They'll need to convert 4th and 12 from their own 28 if they want to keep the ball. Tipped away and incomplete. They're unable to convert, and the defense will take over. Let's see what Oklahoma City does to start this drive. Hansen hands it off. He will be taken down. Tackle made by Elliott. Short gain on the play. Vegas calling a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining. Oklahoma City gets set on 2nd down. The ball goes to Steele.
No, guessed wrong.
Ripped to the ground. That will bring up 3rd down. Timeout Vegas. That will be their 2nd timeout. 3rd down for the offense. They'll only need to punch it forward a few inches. Hansen hands it off.
There's no tush push in this game, so I'm not worried about...
That will push them back 3 yards. Timeout Vegas. That will be their last
I'm not worried about
timeout.
spreading my defensive linemen. They are not going for it, so why didn't the default's picking the field goal block?
Sanchez kicks it away. And it's good. Oklahoma City adds to their lead with that score. And onto the field comes the kicking team. Sanchez kicks it away.
All right, so now I'm down 15. So if I do manage to score a touchdown here, now this time I can go for 2.
And he's
I don't think I'll have enough time to score twice, but...
Las Vegas sets
let's go ahead and try a Hail Mary, see what happens.
He steps back to pass. And the ball is batted down. Vegas gets set on 2nd down.
Go.
Tosses it over to the sideline. Deflected by the defender and incomplete.
Go.
He sees a target over the middle, and he misses his target. Fourth and 10 for the offense. They'll have their hands full trying to convert this. Dropping back. Tosses it off to the right side of the field. And he's immediately brought down. Gain of 15.
No timeouts left. Okay.
1st and 10 for the offense. He drops back. He finds a target up near the 40. The pass is knocked down. Incomplete. Vegas gets set on 2nd down. He drops back. Throws a pass. And the ball is batted down.
Please stop throwing right to that star safety. Please. Like, again, this is the sort of thing where, like, I wish these football games had, like, features where you could coach your players, right? To, like, do things or not do things, right? Where I could say, don't throw directly to the superstar safety with the friggin' star under his feet.
Over to the sideline, deflected by the defender and incomplete.
Not that it matters, because apparently he can cover half the field.
Comes up to the line. He steps back to pass. Johnson on the reception. Tackle by Haynes. Gain of 14 on the play. 9th play of the drive. Steps into the pocket. Schneider inhales that pass. Strong wrestles him to the ground. They covered a lot of ground on that play. 1st and 10 for the offense. He's got a target down near the 5-yard line. Tipped away and incomplete.
At a completely undefended player running up the sideline. Don't bother throwing to him, though.
2nd down and 10 to go. He drops back into the pocket. Jones makes the catch. The tackle is made. Gain of 15. That will do it for today.
God, that was awful.
For the entire Axis football crew, my name is Andy McNamara. We'll see you next game.
Well, I don't think that I'm going to go into complete panic mode and go out and look for a free agent quarterback quite yet. I'll take a look at what's available, who's available, but I think what I will do first is I'm just going to put more practice into my throwing, my passing game. What drops did we have? Yeah, we had 3 drops. I know 2 of those were pretty big drops. And then I'm going to try to see if I can improve their play. So this is 4 interceptions. So let's see if some more practice helps. And if we go another couple weeks with performances like these first 2 weeks, then I think we might have to look at free agent quarterbacks. Looks like I've got another trade proposal. I'm not going to look at that quite yet, but what I am going to look at is free agency. And see, like, we're not going to get anything in free agency anyway. Like, all these quarterbacks are, like, no better than what I already have, right? The best I can get is a quarterback, C-rated quarterback, C+ throwing accuracy. That's not going to do it. Let's go back and reset our depth chart. So we'll give Raymond Foster another start. Make sure our entire lineup is reset the way we want it. I'm actually going to swap out these running backs and put someone with this guy with slightly more speed in as my number 2 back. All right, and what's my receiver situation looking like? All right, so yeah, this is, I think, what we want. Tight end. All right, defensive tackles. Did our Actually, let's look at our injuries. All right, so our safety is going to be out for a couple weeks with a spinal cord concussion. I'm not quite sure how that differs from a regular concussion. All right. All that's good for next week. All right. Well, I think that's that for this episode. Next week, we'll take a look at what our trade request is. I'll try to make sure that I remember to upgrade or change my practice strategy. And I will also go ahead and do some scouting before the week starts. And I don't know, maybe I'll be looking for a quarterback in the draft. We'll see. Again, I guess I don't need to go into full panic mode yet. So no, I'm not going to start immediately looking for a quarterback. But again, if we have a couple more weeks of this, I might have to look for a trade or start looking at the draft board to see what's going to be available for quarterbacks, because this has been a rough start to the season for my QBs. Let's go ahead and take a look at stats before we go, though. These are not very good. Pass defense, 31st. Every year in Axis football, my pass defense is always pretty bad. And I think a big part of that is because I play on 15-minute quarters. So it's just more time for the CPU teams to rack up passing yards. And just it's so hard to defend the pass in this game because it's such a crapshoot. Like, I'll have games where I can get 4 interceptions and the CPU still throws for like 400 yards. Just because of how much of a crapshoot, passing and catching is, and how little like positioning matters, and how was floaty the right word, but how floaty, player movement and locomotion is. Players being able to turn on a dime and react almost instantly to the ball in the air. Just passing game is really uneven. Let's see. So total yards, we're not at the very bottom, I guess. Passing yards, I think we are, though. No, we're probably in the middle of the pack. Total allowed. Passing allowed, yep. 31 of 36. Rushing yards allowed. I think we've been doing pretty good on that front. Only 2 sacks on the season. 15 sacks in 2 weeks. We're only 2 weeks into the season, and these teams have already accumulated double-digit sacks. That is ridiculous. That is so many sacks. And hey, our backup quarterback got himself in the number 1 in yards per completion from having to throw Hail Marys every play. Our running back, at least, is near the top of the league in terms of yards and yards per game. I think we need to watch out for this. I probably need to split carries a little bit more so that I don't get him hurt. But then again, this game doesn't have any kind of progressive fatigue or wear and tear. So, it really doesn't matter. But, I'm going to play the game as if it, did those sorts of things. And this is another thing, too, is that even though my defenses are always bad every year, I always have players at the top of the league for a lot of defensive stats because of the 15-minute quarter length games. It's just more plays being executed, so it's more stats being accumulated on, both ways. So more yards for the CPU, but also, more pass deflections, more turnovers, more tackles for my players. So, looking at, me having players like in the top 2 in almost every defensive category, you'd think my defense was like super elite, but it's not. I don't think we're not getting as sacks. Look, we got 2 players leading the league in pass deflections, and a third player ranked 6, and then all of Oklahoma City's defenders are right in behind us because of just, again, that has to do with the number of plays being run. I could set the accelerated clock even lower. I could set it to 10 seconds or 9 seconds. But I don't think it's going to make a difference unless the accelerated clock starts running sooner, because, the problem is that the CPU quarterback in particular is snapping the ball before the accelerated clock is even triggered. So it doesn't even matter what that setting is in a lot of cases. Okay, we're leading the league in punt average because our offense sucks and we're punting so much. Maybe I should be investing in a punter in the draft. And we're getting decent punt return yards as well. All right, so let's take a look at this quarterback comparison. So Foster still has a slightly better completion percentage, despite how bad he seems to play. But this 1-to-4 touchdown to interception ratio, that's pretty abysmal. All right, for rushing yards, I need to get more carries for my rotational backs. So that's something I need to do a better job of in the next match. Receiving yards, tight end, that does not surprise me. Although it's kind of interesting that even the CPU is throwing to the tight end more. Like, I throw to the tight end a lot in football games. Only 2 touchdown receptions on the entire season. Not good. Drops. All of our drops came in this past game. So 22 targets and only 7 receptions for Julius Jenkins. That is also a pretty abysmal stat. All right, defensively, we only have 2 sacks. We've got a handful of interceptions. Lots and lots of pass deflections. So the season is still young, plenty of time left to turn things around, and hopefully we can start doing that in the next game against St. Louis. So hopefully you're enjoying this, and hopefully you'll join me again when we get our next home game against St. Louis. Have a wonderful day.